Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class. We are doing the revision of the fourth chapter in geography. That is third chapter. It's your third chapter, minerals and power resources. And we have done about a conventional source of energy, and now we are doing non-conventional sources of energy. And this we have done about the solar energy, and now we will be doing wind energy. As we know that wind has energy because it blows so fast, so it has energy, and this energy is inexhaustible. It cannot be finished, you know. So uh, wind the power of wind can be used to generate electricity. It is a recent development, and for this purpose, we see that this windmills have been it is started to be installed for the purpose of generating electricity. Uh, the high speed of the wind causes rotation in the windmill, and this rotation of the windmill causes the turbine to move, and with the movement of turbine, the generator produces electricity. And we see that this is called a windmill, and in this way, wind energy can be converted into electricity. Then there are wind farms. What do we mean by wind farms? Wind farms are wind farms is a cluster of such windmills. हाँ, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऐसे windmills लगे हुए हों उसी को हम wind farm कहते हैं, है ना? जैसे फार्मिंग होती है जहाँ पर एक पर्टिकुलर किसी भी क्रॉप की को ग्रो किया जाता है, बहुत सारे उसके प्लांट्स लगे होते हैं. In the similar way, in a wind farm, this cluster of windmills are there, है ना? And we experience uh, heavy wind in coastal region and in mountainous passes, है ना? माउंटेन passes जो होते हैं, coastal regions होते हैं, वहाँ पे बहुत तेज हवा चलती है. So these are the most suitable places where windmills can be installed, and it is done also. Wind energy, for the tapping of the wind energy, this windmill is set up in these coastal areas and mountain passes only. And such wind farms are also there in these regions. Like wind farms are found in Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA, and Spain. Okay, these countries are leading in the generation of wind energy. So these are the countries: Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA, and Spain. Okay, and now it's nuclear power. Nuclear power is also a non-conventional source of energy. It is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of some radioactive elements which are naturally occurring. These are minerals like uranium, thorium. ठीक है? Uranium, thorium, these are radioactive elements which are found naturally on earth, which are minerals, and the energy is stored in the nucleus of the atom of these रेडियो एक्टिव एलिमेंट, है ना? यूरेनियम और थोरियम का जो न्यूक्लियस होता है, एटम के जो न्यूक्लियस होता है उसमें एनर्जी स्टोर होती है, एंड दैट एनर्जी इज that energy which is stored in the nucleus of uranium and thorium, it is converted into uh, the usable form. It is converted into electricity by the process of फ्यूज़न एंड फिशन. दो प्रोसेस इसमें होती हैं, है ना. न्यूक्लियर फिशन होता है, न्यूक्लियर फ्यूज़न होता है, जिसके लिए न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स होते हैं, है ना. न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स जो कि न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट्स में इस्टेब्लिश किए जाते हैं. एंड इन न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स में न्यूक्लियर फिशन और न्यूक्लियर फ्यूज़न से जो यूरेनियम और थोरियम के न्यूक्लियस में जो एनर्जी होती है उसको यूज़ किया जाता है. इट इज़ कन्वर्टेड, है ना. और जो सबसे बड़े प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं न्यूक्लियर पावर के वो कौन से हैं? यूएसए एंड यूरोप, है ना. और अपनी इंडिया में राजस्थान, झारखंड, दीज टू स्टेट्स हैव लार्ज डिपॉजिट्स ऑफ यूरेनियम. और थोरियम जो है वो कहाँ मिलता है? दैट इट इज़ फाउंड इन द मोनोजाइट सैंड्स ऑफ केरला. And we have so many nuclear power stations like Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu. This photo, it is of Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. You can see this picture. You know? And other than this, there are other nuclear power stations like Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar in Rajasthan, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, Kaga in uh, Karnataka. So these are the important power stations, nuclear power station in our country. And now we will see about geothermal energy. So the energy can be obtained from the earth also, and the energy which is obtained from the earth is known as geothermal energy. So what we find that the temperature in the interior of the earth uh, rises as we go deeper in the earth. We find that the temperature rises, है ना. जैसे जैसे हम बिल्कुल अर्थ के नीचे अंदर जाएंगे टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जाता है ना. और sometimes what happens that this heat energy which is there inside the earth, it may surface itself in the form of hot spring. The energy, because of the heat of the interior of the earth, the water, underground water, it also gets heated and it starts coming out from an opening which is called hot spring. So, this kind of hot spring is found in many parts of the country, and this heat energy uh, can be used to generate power. With advanced technology nowadays, it is possible to generate electricity with this energy of the earth. Okay, look at this geothermal energy in Manikaran. We can use this energy, like you can see यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है. The food is being cooked. ये this one. The food is being cooked with the help of geothermal energy. Okay, so it is used many times. We use it for bathing, heating, cooking, the hot springs which are found naturally. So it is used for these purposes, and we find that USA has the world's largest geothermal power plant. ठीक है. USA has the world's largest geothermal power plant, which is followed by New Zealand, Iceland, Philippines, and Central America. And in our country also, geothermal plants are located in Himachal Pradesh. It's Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley in Ladakh. You can see this is the picture of geothermal energy. Okay, from here stream is coming, hot water stream, है ना. तो जहाँ पर hot water stream है वहीं पर well डिग कर दिया जाता है ना, जिससे जो हॉट वाटर है इट इट इज़ बीइंग पुल्ड अप, उसको खींचा जाता है। और इस हॉट वाटर की वजह से, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस हीट which is there in the water, the turbine moves, and with the movement of turbine generator generate electricity. This happens. Okay. And now we have this tidal energy. Tidal tides are also have some force. And you can see in the sea, the tides move very strongly. So recently, it was found that we can also use that force or energy of tide to generate electricity. And so energy we generate from the tides is called tidal energy. And tidal energy, in order to tap this tidal energy, what can be done? Dams can be built. Tidal energy can be harnessed by building dams at narrow openings of the sea. जहाँ पर सी की नैरो ओपनिंग है वहीं पर आप इस तरह के डैम्स को कंस्ट्रक्ट कर सकते हैं. Like this is the uh, dam which is constructed to tap the टाइडल एनर्जी. है ना. अब यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है कि जब हाई टाइड होता है, व्हेन द टाइड इज हाई, है ना, जो लहर होती है उनकी हाइट बदलती होती है. कभी एक समय होता है जब ये काफ़ी हाई टाइड हो जाती है. जब ये हाई टाइड में होंगी तो व्हाट हैपन कि ये इस जो ओपनिंग्स आपको दिखाई दे रही है उन पे उनसे वो अंदर होके आएगी, और उनकी वजह से, बिकॉज ऑफ टाइड, दिस टर्बाइन विल मूव एंड देन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी विल बी जनरेटेड. है ना. तो इस तरह से टाइडल एनर्जी जो होती है वो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी उससे जनरेट होती है. And we see that Russia, France, and Gulf of Kutch in India have used tidal mill farms. ऐसे बहुत सारे tidal mill farms हमें दिखाई देते हैं अपनी कंट्री में भी, गल्फ ऑफ कच्छ में और रसिया और फ्रांस में. And now we will see about biogas. Biogas is that gas which is generated from organic waste. Organic waste, the waste which is biodegradable, which can be composed by the bacteria. है ना. So in organic waste, what comes like dead plants, animal material, animal dung, kitchen waste, all these are included this uh, uh, in this organic waste. And this organic waste can be converted into a gaseous fuel which is called biogas. And this organic waste is composed by bacteria, and for that purpose one biogas digester is there, है ना, जिसमें कि जिससे बायोगैस एमिट होता है. एंड दिस बायोगैस, व्हाट इज बायोगैस? बायोगैस इज द मिक्सचर ऑफ मीथेन एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. A mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. It is a very excellent. It is an excellent fuel for cooking and lighting, and it produces huge amount of organic manure also. And you can see in the picture, this is the gas tank from which the gas is created, and this is the manure. तो गैस तो आपका बन गया ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट से, और जो कुछ भी बचता है दैट कैन बी यूज्ड एज manure. So it is very high utility, and it is especially useful in rural areas. And one more thing is there, we have seen that energy, the conventional source of energy is very limited. They are exhaustible, and that is why, and not only this, the conventional source of energy causes pollution also. But now what we find that there are so many non-conventional source of energy. So energy is everywhere. So we can see that energy is everywhere, and we must know to use it. We must have the technology to use it. So we have completed this chapter, and now we will be starting the chapter agriculture, which is the revision of the chapter agriculture, which is your fourth chapter. And we can see that people do various type of activities through which they earn money, they earn their livelihood, they earn their money. So these are called economic activities, in which we produce something. So something is done for the purpose of uh, earning of the money, and this is called economic activities. And we can divide the economic activities into three categories, like the primary activities, the secondary activities, and the tertiary. Yes, uh, these are the three types of activities: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So, primary activities are those activities which are related to the extraction and production of natural resources. है ना? जो भी चीज़ काम हम करते हैं थ्रू विच देयर इज एक्सट्रैक्शन एंड प्रोडक्शन ऑफ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज इज नोन एज प्राइमरी एक्टिविटी, like agriculture, fishing, and gathering. These are the example of primary activity. Active agriculture, fishing, and gathering. And then we see secondary activities. Secondary activities are those activities which are related to the processing of the natural resources. And the raw material is used as a natural resources only, and then these natural resources are processed. So this is called secondary activities, like manufacturing of steel. In this, iron ore is used. There is a processing of the iron ore, and by this processing, the steel is produced. So manufacturing of steel is a secondary activity, like baking of bread. For baking of bread, the natural resource which is required is wheat, and then this wheat is processed, and the bread is manufactured. So this is also secondary activities. In the similar way, like clothes are weaved in a cloth factory mills. What happens that the cotton is used as raw material, and then this cotton is processed and the cloth is produced. So this is the secondary activities. And then we see the tertiary activities. What do we understand by tertiary activities? Tertiary activities, it provide support to the primary and secondary sectors. How? Through services. So this is also called service sector. They provide services to the primary and secondary sector, and with the help of these services, primary and secondary sector works properly. Like in the absence of transport, it is not possible to do economic activities in the similar way. Trade, banking, insurance, these all are examples of the tertiary activities. Okay, so now we are going to focus only on agriculture, because first of all we must understand the primary activity, then only we can be able to understand the other activities. So agriculture is a primary activity which includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and it also includes rearing of livestock. है ना? इसमें ये सारी चीज़ें आ जाती हैं. It includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. And we see that in the whole world, 50% of people are engaged in agricultural activity. And if we see what is the condition in our country, we find that in our country there are two-thirds of our population are still dependent on agriculture. Why? Because we have favorable topography of soil. We have this Indo-Gangetic plain, which provides very fertile soil. Not only does the Deccan Plateau also provides fertile soil and flat land, and that is why agriculture is the main occupation of our country. Climate is also suitable, you know. So that is the reason we find that in our country the arable land is available in a good amount. And what is arable land? The land on which the crops are grown. And in the land on which cultivation can be done is known as arable land. Okay, so this is all for today.